Ladies and gentlemen, who am I kidding? It's only us now, boys. In this video, we'll take a look in the incredible case of a well-known to us all video game, which achieved something seemingly impossible, despite the fact that it first launched in 1999, and with very few core gameplay changes throughout its lifespan, it manages to maintain the title of the king of first-person shooters up to this day. I'm referring, of course, to Counter-Strike. So let's take a look at how exactly it retained its popularity all these years.
Terrorists win.
Why didn't you cast around?
Okay, tags up. One. He's gonna get. Oh! I'm starting to believe as well, Henry, because he's got to take a flame. Oh, Fallen! Stop blowing my mind! Oh, and another one! Oh, and a third! Happy! Oh my God! Nico gets 3, 4! Oh my lungs! I don't believe it!
But Snacks is walking around and just walking into Snacks Wonderland. He gets himself a hat-trick of frags.
Virtus Pro, the first team in history to beat NIP on land.
Nitro does have a Molotov and another smoke, so it could be really rough for Simple to actually get through this. He's going to throw the AWP in. Oh my God! Simple, what is happening?
In order to understand why Counter-Strike remains alive and better than ever, we must first return to its roots. Born as a Half-Life mod and officially adopted by Valve itself soon after, Counter-Strike quickly captured the hearts of players with its intense, team-based combat. Its gameplay concept is quite simple. Players are split into 2 teams. Terrorists counter terrorists, whereas in each round terrorists' goal is to plant a bomb within a specific time period in one of 2 special locations of each map and counter terrorists to prevent them. If the bomb goes off, terrorists win the round, and if it gets defused, counter terrorists do. In case of it never being planted yet, and all the members of one team get eliminated, the other team wins the round. Counter-Strike's enduring appeal starts with its core gameplay mechanics, which can be described as easy to understand but hard to master. It's a game that demands teamwork, precision, and strategy like no other. The rush of defusing a bomb or eliminating an enemy team keeps players coming back for more. However, beyond the game itself, the Counter-Strike community plays a pivotal role. From custom maps to mods, the community has kept the game fresh for years. There's also its esports scene, where the best players from all over the world competed for prize money. And then in 2012, Global Offensive came out. Showing that Valve remained restless, giving Counter-Strike a more modern look and keeping at the same time almost intact the core gameplay mechanics that people loved. Its success was unstoppable and literally took over the world, with major tournaments like ESL One and the legendary performances of teams like Astralis. Counter-Strike has become a dominant force in the competitive gaming world. Millions of fans flooded those events, being by their favorite teams and players' side.
This is the selling point. This is why you have to go to esports events in the future. This is why you've got to come and experience the energy that's in this stadium. It's electrifying.
The advent of streaming and content creation has also played an important role. Talented streamers and YouTubers have not only kept the game in the spotlight, but have introduced it to a new generation of gamers. Counter-Strike transcends borders. It's not just a game, it's a cultural phenomenon. CS has brought gamers together from every corner of the globe through their common passion for the game.
Missile alone, run.
However, there's also the dark side of Global Offensive, as the addition of purchasable cases that provide in-game cosmetics like skins raised serious alarms of gambling addiction. Also, external sites associated with those cases being completely unmonitored by Valve made the player base vulnerable to scamming. Fortunately, after continuous complaints, Valve finally took action, greatly improving the situation. We finally got to today, where Counter-Strike 2 has officially launched. with new and improved graphics.
We took 3 approaches to improving maps while retaining their rich legacy. First, there are touchstone maps. Classic maps with solid foundations that players can use to evaluate gameplay changes from CSGO to Counter-Strike 2. These have improvements to lighting and character read, but otherwise haven't been changed. Next, we have upgrades. These are maps that use new Source 2 lighting, including a physically based rendering system that produces realistic materials, lighting, and reflections. And finally, overhauls. The oldest maps have been fully rebuilt from the ground up, leveraging all of the Source 2 tools and rendering features.
Lots of quality of life changes and even greatly improved gameplay mechanics, keeping its core identity intact.
With Counter-Strike 2's new game engine, we've evolved smokes and made them dynamic. Smoke grenades now create volumetric 3D objects that live in the world. Now, not only do all players see the same smoke regardless of position, but the smoke can interact with the environment in an interesting way. It reacts to lighting, grows to fill spaces naturally. The shape of the smoke cloud can be pushed and carved by bullets and grenades.
However,
What is this spray?
many players were left with quite a weird and mostly negative feeling of the game, which could be due to the slightly different movement and to server changes compared to Go. Similar problems appeared with the release of CSGO, which were solved by Valve through time. As Counter-Strike 2 is built with the most recent Source 2 engine, things can be fixed much faster, especially if you take into consideration the now multi-year experience in game development of Valve. Finally, one of Valve's most important priorities was to make CS2 as friendly as possible to newer players, with the addition of many settings and modes for this purpose. By taking advantage of its core gameplay mechanics that made it shine, and by investing in its very own player base through its esports side, Valve kept this ancient by gaming terms title on the peak of first-person shooters. With the coming fixes to Counter-Strike 2 soon, we might have in our hands the greatest FPS video game of all time.
All the players here, they committed their entire lives to be here this week and be the best version of themselves, because this is a feeling that nobody can give you. You have to fight for it, you have to earn it, and you have to make sacrifices.
This was probably my biggest wish I've ever had, to make my father proud and my family, but also all of our fans and everyone in esports. Man, it's just unreal that we go and do this. This has been a dream, man. It's just unreal. Thank you so much.
Guys, please respect. Second finalists, please respect them.
Amazing words from Taz, amazing words. That's what makes this sport great.
Thank you for watching. I hope you found this video interesting and entertaining. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe.